Aloha! Welcome to part 3 of Scott Pilgrim, folks. We are now going to Leo's place to take on Todd Ingram, the bassist for the band The Clash at Demonhead. The Clash at Demonhead is actually an old NES video game that I've never had the privilege to play, but I would like to play it sometime. You could even buy their album at Shockwave Record, along with Crash and the Boys, who we saw at level 1. Again, I'm increasing my strength and my defense for the upcoming level because I don't want to get my ass kicked, so I got some smashing turnips and one Winifred Haley. And I figured I'd show that just so people would know that I upgraded my stats. I don't want you to think I'm upgrading my stats for no reason and I didn't show it, you know. I gotta show everything in this LP, why not? Anywho, folks, this is Leo's place. I do enjoy the opening with the Knight Rider limo. It's really badass. It's taking the Clash at Demonhead into the arena. Fun fact, 3 people in the background are gay. You have Wallace Wells back there, you have the character Joseph with the big burly beard, and the guy on the right in the red coat is Mobile. All 3 of them are gay, and they're all in the book. 2 of them are not in the book, though. Only Wallace Wells is in the movie. That's what I meant to say, the movie. But anywho, when the level starts off, you see a big crowd of people, crowd of fanboys for Clash at Demonhead charge towards them. They will run you over if you're not doing anything, but you can just punch the crap out of all of them through a straight line, and you'll cut through them like butter. Because I'm Scott Pilgrim, I could have actually used Knives Chow to summon her love attack, and that would have killed everyone on screen. So I guess you're wondering, why didn't I do that? Well, you see, folks, I wanted to get as much money as I could, and for whatever reason, when you summon Knives to do the love technique to eliminate the entire crowd, you don't get nearly as many dimes as you would if you just punch through the entire lot. At least from my personal experience. So, you know, I just wanted to get as much money as I could so I could prepare for the 4th level so that I could increase my stats along this whole playthrough. Because I want to try and tackle this whole game without having to replay a level twice. Why not? So this stage has the same kind of enemies we saw in level 1. You know, the same idiots in the blue coats who throw objects at you. The guys in the brown coats, the guys with the white hats, the giant fat guys with the ties. And I guess the one difference is that the muscly guys have been replaced with 2 boxers, or bouncers, I should say. And these bouncers, they don't really die ever until the end of the stage. These bouncers are going to constantly keep showing up, and they get unconscious for a short period of time, but then they do come back to kick your ass again. Now don't worry, this isn't like set on a timer or anything. It's literally like, as soon as you reach a certain screen in the level, or you've beaten a certain amount of enemies at the last screen, then the bouncers return to start some shit. Fun thing about the bouncers, though, if you actually defeat them first before the other goons surrounding them, the goons will see that you defeated the 2 bouncers, and they will get scared and run away from the battle, and I think that's awesome. Leo's play stand has some pretty awesome items, you know, a lot of good defensive abilities in the wristband, hipster cap, and concert t-shirt, which I would recommend buying. Right now I'm buying potato chips to increase my health because I don't want to lose my life real quickly. If you ever need a health refill, shops are great for that. And you can always re-go to any area in the level. Like if I got all the way to the end of Leo's place and then ran all the way back, I could go back to the shop and buy some more potato chips. Why not? It's always good to have health. I also bought a pair of chips to take with me so that if I get knocked out and get unconscious and lose all my health, the potato chips will automatically work and I'll get a boost of health from that. So that's always good. A boost of health, not hell. I'm slurring a little bit today. Whatever. In the background, the girl in the white dress is actually in the novels, and she's actually a major character in the novels, but she wasn't actually in the movie. That is Lisa Miller. She shows up in the opening of Volume 2, where we see Scott's life in high school and where he first hooked up with Kim Pines. But we actually see her in most of Volume 4 when she comes to town and causes some personal dilemmas for Scott and Ramona. See, she was originally in love with Scott Pilgrim back in high school, but nothing came of that because neither of them made a move. Then in Volume 4, they reunite, and now Scott's with Ramona, and she can't hide it anymore, and this causes some tension, and it's a good book. I would recommend reading it. The thing I like about Scott Pilgrim, even though a lot of people think it's mostly about gamer culture, it is a relationship tale at heart, and you can go into to relationships the most with this story and how it affects people, how breakups affect people, how obsessions affect people, how trying to work with your current girlfriend affects, your life. And, I think Scott Pilgrim is a great relationship story as well. Like, both movie and the novels tell a really good story in that sense, and I don't think it's just, gaming culture goodness that I love about it. Like, I love the gaming culture about it, but it does have a very good story, and I appreciate it, and I just wanted to say that. In the background of Lee's palace, you'll actually see posters of Clash at Demonhead, and you'll see the lead singer, Envy Adams, Scott Pilgrim's former girlfriend, the girl who kicked Scott Pilgrim's heart in the ass before he met Ramona. She's actually in the background posters in her white coat and blonde hair, just like it is in the movies. However, in the actual art for the game and for the novels, Envy Adams is always shown to have red hair. She always has red hair. And in the movie, she has blonde hair. And I find it interesting that on the poster she has blonde hair, but in the actual game that we're playing right now, she has red hair when we encounter her. I think that's funny. There's a lot of movie references in the game as well as comic references, because while the game is mostly based off the graphic novel, it is filled with a whole chock full of movie references. Like before when I mentioned in level 2 that Edgar Wright's sprite was in the game, because he was the guy who directed the movie, and that's why they put him in the game, because he made the movie. The poster of Clash of Demonhead in this stage, when you're playing multiplayer, if everyone playing the game holds the taunt button at the same time, which is the punch button, you hold the punch button for 2 seconds and your character will taunt. If every character taunts at the same time, you summon a giant Yeti to attack everyone on screen and deal out mega damage. This Yeti was not in the novels as far as I know. I read the novels, and unless he was in a background picture somewhere, he's not actually in the novels. The Yeti was only in the movie when Sexbabam takes on the Katayanagi twins later at the end of the film. That's another movie reference. That wasn't in the comics. So I do like this game because it's not just referencing the novels, but it is referencing the movie itself. And I think that's swell and special. Also a treat for fans of the novel, you'll see a whole bunch of recurring characters in every level. Like Lisa Miller and Kim's roomie, who is a clerk at No Account Video. You'll see all these characters showing up again and again and again, and I like that. But folks, now we're facing off with Envy Adams and Todd Ingram, the third evil X of the game. And oh shit! Envy is not happy because Todd is cheating on her with Lynette, the drummer. Envy Adams and Todd Ingram are dating, but it turns out he's been double-crossing her with the drummer Lynette. Lynette is a fun character. She has a bionic arm, a la Bionic Commando, and she has a long reach when she attacks you with it, by the way. The best thing to do when fighting Lynette is to jump and attack. I find jumping at her and attacking is always good because her bionic arm always comes up from either under the ground, because she has a move where she sticks her hand in the ground and then it comes up where you're standing, like that. Or she'll send it straight ahead and you can jump over it when you jump. I find jumping and attacking her, she'll eventually get hurt enough that she'll just start teleporting all over the room, and she's useless when she's teleporting because she doesn't attack you at all. Envy Adams is by far the harder of the two to fight, but she rarely fights you that long, and if you deal out enough damage, she immediately calls Lynette back into the fight, and Envy's not really too much to worry about. I tried to show more of Envy's battling in the actual LP, but she was not wanting to fight me for some reason. I like she's drinking a martini in the background when Lynette's fighting. Anyway, you don't have to fight both of them dead. You just have to defeat one of them, and then the both of them will finish each other off and end the fight. It pays reference to a very awesome SNES beat-em-up, which I'll be talking about when I get to the reference video at the end of this LP. But folks, now we have Big Bad Todd Ingram, and Todd Ingram, well, he's a vegan. And in the Scott Pilgrim universe, vegans are super powerful fucking gods. He is chasing Scott with a giant sonic boom powered by his bass guitar, and you have to get away from him and smash through these walls to get away. If your strength is low, this is actually a lot harder, but if your strength is high, this is going to be no problem. Just keep running, smash the hell out of all the doors, and you should be fine. Bass metal, fight! Funny enough, all you have to do is push A when the green block reaches the bottom of your Guitar Hero row, and the song will literally play forever until you push that button. Todd Ingram can't win. Okay, a lot of people have problems with Todd Ingram when they first reach him at this point in the game. For one thing, he has the highest defense of all the evil X's. When he's walking around doing his thing, throwing trash cans at you, and force choking you no matter where you are on screen, another annoying move. But his defense is super freaking high during this point. Every now and then when you deal out enough damage to Todd Ingram, he will unleash his giant blue supernova attack, where his arm extends into all those tentacles and he just reaches across the screen. All you have to do is get like above or below him and it's easy to dodge, no problem, right? But when that wears off, the vegan police show up. Yes, the vegan police show up to drain him of energy with the green light. And when that happens, his defense goes way down. Like, even if your strength is 100 at this point, his stats are still high enough when he's walking around that you still deal out 9s and 10s when you're punching him here. But when the vegan police shock him, his defense goes down, and that's when you unleash your attack. His supernova attack is actually pretty interesting in that it always increases a new move every time he does it. For example, he starts off doing 1 supernova, and right there he did 2 supernovas. And when he does it again, he's going to do 3 supernovas. And I've seen in a multiplayer fight, when he does it a 4th time, he does 4 supernovas. So you got to keep on your toes and make sure you're not facing him directly because you cannot block that attack. When he is doing the supernova attack, though, be sure to block because all the mushrooms and basketballs and stuff that he's throwing at you, you definitely need to block. So Todd Ingram's annoying because he has a high defense and because of his lightning attack when you get close to him. You can block that attack, but, you know, if you're in the middle of a punch, you can't really block in time, and he deals out a big chunk of damage with that lightning, as well as with his force chokes and everything else. A good tip to hit him when he's trying to block you, throw trash cans or boxes at him or something. Oh my god, I was lucky, by the way. I had 21 health, 0 lives. I almost lost this level. But luckily, I beat Todd Ingram. A reference to the novels, when you defeat Todd Ingram, you actually get an extra life. And you can replay this level over and over and over again to get more lives in case you're running out. And, yeah. That's awesome. But I'm not going to be doing that in this playthrough. Anyway, folks, I'll see you in part 4 when we take on Roxy Richter. See you then.